Hello, YouTube. I know I'm a stick figure, and that's because I can't draw. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to go into answering a bunch of essential questions for this journey, and this first one is van life for me? A lot of people get inspired from these Pinterest posts and YouTube videos about how glamorous it can be. But before you do any of that, some of the questions you want to ask yourself are, am I going on short trips or long ones? Now that determines what kind of vehicle you'll need. If you're going to go on just a weekend adventure, all you'll need is a sleeping bag, a cooler with ice, and maybe a stove or stuff to build a fire if you're going more on the camping side of it. Now, if you're just driving off and backpacking out into the wilderness, you need even less of that. If you're going to go on longer trips, is it going to be something for a week or a month or a year? Those are all very different ways of living, whether it be small journeys or long ones. And the longer you're out, the more conveniences you'll probably want to take with you. The second question is, am I comfortable with limited living space? Now, I'm kind of a minimalist myself, so I can live with very little. I got used to backpacking around Europe and much of America with just what I had, like a stuff in a backpack. So I'm pretty comfortable with very little living space to call my own. So van life for me is not that much of a change, not that it's not that much of a change, but it's not foreign to what I know and have experienced. A good question to ask yourself is, do I have responsibilities that keep me tethered to a location? Do you have a job that requires you to be here in your city 5 days a week? Well, that means that the only options you really have are either A, doing things on the weekends, or B, choosing a different job or shifting your job to one that gives you more free time on your own, or maybe the possibility of remote work. If you don't have a job that's tethered to a particular location, it definitely makes it much easier to do longer exploration travel. Do I normally love traveling or find myself leaving town all the time? Do you normally do this anyway? Do you find yourself taking your vehicle and going to the wilderness and having excursions all the time? Then this might be something that helps accentuate that lifestyle to make it a more fulfilling experience for you. For the people who do van life, at a certain point, their mentality tends to shift. The van becomes their bedroom, and the world becomes their living room. And you can choose where that living room is. Especially for the people who do more remote work or do more long-term explorations, you can choose where your living room is. It can be in a forest or at a beach or wherever really you kind of choose. And there are benefits and drawbacks for all of those. And with each of those things comes different toys and different tools to make it more enjoyable. Maybe an awesome backpack if you're going hiking all the time in the forest, surfboards and surf things if you go to the beach a lot. And this determines what your van will look like and what you need in it.